Thank you for being here for Thursday's show. I just checked the weather, therefore, and hence the sound of disappointment in my voice and on my face, I'm sure. I do not know if classes will be in next week, early next week. Hopefully by the end of the week, the 50s will go a long way. But your forecast for the weekend, while it was already had a winter look to it, it's even more so in the updated forecast in just a few minutes. A couple of inches of snow. Brutal cold air again for another Saturday in store. We have a winter weather advisory to talk about the update. While it does have the 50s on the tail end of the 7-day, it's very much like winter between now and then. So we'll get to that in a few seconds. Indictments, which I can report out, returned by the Magoffin County Grand Jury. A major drug case in Magoffin and a few neighboring counties, which is seeing the accused individual change his federal plea. I'll tell you about that in a few seconds, as well as a host of other news and information, and some clarification for all hunters and those who fish as well in Kentucky as to whether or not you do not or do have to have a license if you are fishing or hunting on your own privately owned property, which Kentucky law says you can. But does it have to be property that you actually live on or just own? We'll go through that in just a few seconds. No school, no surprise, again, tomorrow. Magoffin County School District, it will be just a traditional snow day. They've used their 10 NTI days, and they are done. Johnson County Schools also out again tomorrow. They'll be using their 10th and last NTI day, unless something were to happen with the legislature, as has happened before in extreme situations, but that is the case as of right now. Will students be in class next Monday, early, or Tuesday? We'll talk about that in a few moments, certainly, to say the least. It was a significant drug case. It went federal. Doyle Wilson with the Doyle Wilson with the Morgan County Sheriff's Department and Morgan County Sheriff Greg Motley. They were assisted by the Wolfe County Sheriff's Department as well. Magoffin County Sheriff Bill Meade also had a little bit of input on the case as well, as it was a significant amount of methamphetamine that was coming into the Hazel Green area, making its way through Wolfe, Breathitt, and Magoffin counties. And as of such, 55-year-old Clyde Rudolph Endicott, who was arrested and found with pounds, the biggest seizure of methamphetamine in the viewing area or close to it that I'm aware of ever at his home, has now decided to change his not guilty plea to guilty. 55-year-old Clyde R. Endicott, known commonly as Rudy, from the Hazel Green area, has been in the Pike County Detention Center now for some time. He was officially indicted last July in a 5-count indictment for conspiracy to distribute over 500 grams of methamphetamine and distributing methamphetamine, as well as possession of methamphetamine and being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. I spoke with Magoffin County Sheriff Bill Meade just a few moments ago. He reflected on the case, saying that he recalled quite well how the arrest almost instantly changed drug sales in Magoffin County and the surrounding area, at least for a significant amount of time. This was after an investigation that began by the Morgan County Sheriff's Department, Doyle Wilson and Sheriff Motley, other contributing agencies as well from Wolfe County, Magoffin, Breathitt, I believe as well, all led to the search warrant that was issued for Endicott's home, in which authorities found over 8 pounds of methamphetamine, as well as other items which were taken into custody. He was believed to have been distributing to other individuals and or dealers here in the Morgan, Magoffin, Breathitt, Wolfe County area for a significant amount of time, and charged with, again, distributing and conspiracy, a total of 5 counts of methamphetamine, one of the biggest busts in the area. He pled not guilty at his original court hearing. However, he has since, through his attorneys, submitted a request to change his guilty plea to that of a not guilty plea. He is being held in the Pike County Detention Center. Will change his plea officially in federal court in Lexington on the 19th day of this month. He faces up to 20 years in prison on counts 1 through 4, up to 15 years on count 5, as well as a lot of other, of course, stipulations per sentencing guidelines. No indication as to right now as to what federal authorities hope he will serve. Some Magoffin County indictments in just a few seconds. Come and sing along with one of the all-time greats, all 5 original members of Kentucky's own Exile, and right around Valentine's Day, I might add, at the Mountain Arts Center, and benefiting Hillbilly Christmas in July's support of Shriners Hospital Kids. It's a winning evening for everyone in every way. Saturday, February the 21st at the Mountain Arts Center. Get your tickets now. It's a special fit for the biggest game of the year at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Our Super Bowl special gets you 20 hot wings, 20 crispy buffalo wings, 12 breast strips, 12 dippers, 8 jalapeno poppers, and 10 pickles and 10 sauces for $64.99 plus tax. And if you call it in on Saturday, we'll take $5 off. And if you're not feeding the whole team, you can get half that for $32.99 and $3 off if you call it in Saturday. Happy Super Bowl, everyone, from your Sagersville Lee's. 349-3626. It's a new year with new deals at Conley Tire in Staffordsville, like $100 back on new sets of Goodyears through February the 28th, and other specials on East Kentucky's best in-stock tire inventory. Conley's, your tire, wheel, and auto repair and maintenance HQ since 1982. In Staffordsville or at conleytire.net.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
As is still the case, McGoffin County indictments are only made public to us after they have been served, and of course the individual has been jailed or otherwise as pertains to those charges, a number of which have since last report, beginning with the indictment here that was actually issued on January the 15th of this year. And with the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center's website not cooperating, we have no photographs available for the individuals at this time. However, an indictment was returned in January, this past January, for Michael John Burks of Lakeville Road in Sagersville for possession of a controlled substance, first degree, that being methamphetamine, 2 counts of wanton endangerment in the first degree, and operating a motor vehicle under the influence of a controlled substance with aggravated circumstances, and that being second offense. The case brought by Detective Joshua Scott of Kentucky State Police, Post 9. Kimberly Compton of Elk Creek Road was indicted. This indictment returned December the 22nd for aggravated trafficking in a controlled substance greater to or equal to 28 grams of fentanyl, possession of a controlled substance, first degree first offense, and possession of drug paraphernalia. This after she was stopped by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department with a large quantity of fentanyl on or around February the 20th of last year. Jeremiah Mahan of Conley Fork in Prestonsburg indicted for trafficking in a controlled substance, first degree first offense, greater to or equal to 4 grams of cocaine, trafficking in a controlled substance, first degree first offense, methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia after stopped by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department this past June the 23rd. Attorney General Russell Coleman of Kentucky earlier today has issued an opinion clarifying the Kentucky law in regards to sportsmen hunting or fishing on their own land with or without a license. The opinion actually reversing the opinion, or interpretation I say was probably more accurate, that also came from his office back in January. It was brought to headlines then after a December 19th letter from Attorney General Coleman's office demanding Department of Fish and Wildlife Chairman Chuck Meade from Johnson County resign from his position because state law had said a person must have a hunting or fishing license for 5 consecutive years before serving in that capacity with the Department of Fish and Wildlife. Meade had disclosed that he had a license for 3 years prior to, but claimed that he didn't need the license as hunting is legal and fishing is legal in Kentucky on privately owned land, and that's what he had done for a number of years, a long number of years. But brought into question by the AG's office was that he was hunting on land that he owned but did not live on. It was attorney Aaron Siletto, who is the head of Attorney General Coleman's Office of Civil and Environmental Law, that actually said Kentucky's farmland exemption only applied to people who live on the farmland that they hunt or fish, license-free. However, today, Coleman himself announced that Kentuckians who own farmland in the Commonwealth are eligible for a fishing and hunting license exemption even if they do not live on the farmland. In a formal opinion, the AG overruled what he said was a decades-old interpretation of the statute that limited the license exemption only to those who currently resided on the land. Kentucky State Senator Gary Boswell out of Owensboro requested the opinion of the AG. As part of the legal review, the Attorney General's office says they consulted with the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources, which has historically applied a lenient interpretation to that statute. A.G. Coleman saying that, quote, as someone who grew up hunting with my dad on his Logan County farm, I'm proud to stand up for the rights of all sportsmen. Kentucky is home to some of the finest natural and wildlife resources in the world, and I encourage every Kentuckian to responsibly enjoy them while supporting critical conservation and preservation efforts. The Office of the Attorney General is tasked with providing legal opinions to public officials to assist them in performance of their duties, and opinions of the office are persuasive in Kentucky courts, and public officials are expected to follow them. Coleman added lastly that he was particularly grateful for what he called the whip-smart attorneys in his office who diligently considered the complex legal history to uphold the law and for Kentucky outdoorsmen. He said Kentuckians are well served by the attorney who had sent the letter, as well as a number of others in the AG's office. Now, after the publication of this opinion today, this puts to rest the situation with Chairman Meade. The office notified the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources Commissioner Chair Chuck Meade that it would close the matter involving his eligibility to serve. I've got your calendar next. However, I'm going to pause. We'll take another break. I'm waiting to see if I have a birthday for tonight or if it's for another night. Let me check that. We've still got much more to come before I leave you for another winter evening. Stay tuned.
At Big Sandy Healthcare, every patient is seen as an individual deserving of respect, compassion, and top quality care. For us, it isn't about who they are or where they come from, but about the dignity and the care that they deserve. Our commitment goes beyond simply treating diseases. We tackle food insecurity, transportation problems, and other barriers many of our patients experience that hold them back from living fuller, healthier lives. At Big Sandy Healthcare, that's what sets our organization apart.
A new year often means new inspirations, new goals, a new focus on your health and well-being, and nowhere is that more important than Fraser's Prater Drugstore. From healthy resolutions to a fresh start without smoking, to a fresh batch of cookies just in from the daily bread, to some incredible comfort food at the counter. Step in and let us remind you why we'll always be your oldest hometown pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drugstore, downtown Salyersville. SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas Club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Salyersville National.
Youth.
Experience.
Modern solutions to modern problems.
Proven solutions to legal problems.
An emerging face in the courtroom.
A known presence in the courtroom.
Together, we are multifaceted.
Together, we will do right by you.
If you are having any legal issues at all, just relax and call Max.
If a car wreck is causing you pain, just pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne.
I I found the birthday wish. It's just not for tonight. Let's carry on. A very important announcement now starts tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. A missing loved one who also happens to have 4 legs and a lot of fur. Missing dog. This is a cry out for help for their furry friend, Nico. He's a German Shepherd, Pyrenees mix, gold tan, got a turquoise collar on. Nico's been missing since Tuesday, last seen around the Mash Fork Route 40 area, where he likes to roam the hills. He's very friendly. He is a very lovable animal. No threat. He just is being missed greatly at home by that cute little face there, I'm sure, and the rest of his family. So if you have any information, if you have a trail cam, check it. They've actually had a couple of calls in about a couple of dogs that look very much like Nico, but just weren't Nico. So still looking for help if you can. That is indeed the number to call. Call me if you have anything you need for our calendar. Lost dog, happy birthday, or, what have you. Funeral services being updated tonight, brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Service is still incomplete at this hour, but to be announced by 68-year-old Madge Minix Coleman of Sagersville. She passed away Tuesday at her home, the wife of Danny Coleman. And arrangements are also pending, but to be announced by the McGoffin County Funeral Home for 91-year-old May Bryant of Sagersville, who passed away today at her home. Election season is here, and we are a one-stop sign and advertising shop. Campaign commercials for TV, for the internet, print advertising in 2 publications, yard signs, bumper stickers, business cards, shirts, caps, banners, all in-house, all premium quality, all local, with no minimums to purchase. Call Independent Signs and Mortimer Media Group today, 349-2915. Starting off a new year, Parkway Pharmacy wants you to know that they have a lot to be proud of, thanks to you. Proud to be community partners. Proud to be good neighbors. Proud to be your pharmacy. Thank you from everyone at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. Guys, don't panic. The seasonal shop has you covered for Valentine's Day. From cute to classy fashions, from sweatshirts to sweaters to tees, made by the labels she loves. Permanent jewelry by Peyton, and everything from bangle bracelets to bears to Big Blue, and more. And ladies, there's something for your Valentine too, where the gifts are as unique and as special as they are, all with a little love this Valentine's Day at the seasonal shop. For home, farm, hillside, or anywhere you need it, A&W Tree Services offers professional tree and brush trimming, removal, and complete cleanup. They're experienced, insured, and have great references. Call for a free estimate, 496-9385 or 9442. A&W Tree Services. One name, one call, one ultimate solution to your heating and cooling, sales, 24-hour service, and installation for home, commercial, boilers, chillers, and VRF systems. With over 15 years of experience and now based right here in the viewing area, Ultimate Air, 496-6651. For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss. 888-9-GROVER.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County School.
Before we take a look at a very wintry forecast ahead, I am so sorry. I had it unofficial last night, and I was 99.9% sure that I was correct in saying that Magoffin County had won the contest that was going on between 11 animal shelters, and Magoffin and Floyd County have been going back and forth for a week, and it was really a lot of fun, and it was really a great cause. And I did confirm today, and I was going to drop in at the Magoffin shelter and I'm sure they're excited and get a word or two, and check in with some of their latest arrivals who are for adoption. It just didn't work out, but we will be doing that much more frequently here on the program, and you can always see who's up for adoption in the Sayersville Independent each and every week. We focus on at least one of the amazing animals that they have at the animal shelter. But it was back and forth for days between the Magoffin and Floyd County shelter, and in all, almost 10,000 people voted. That is just awesome. And in the end, at 6 o'clock last night, it was 4,875 for Magoffin County and only 43 votes less for Floyd County. Congratulations. Good job to everyone who participated. The Nothing But Love Canine Foundation is already putting together another contest. Magoffin County won't be eligible, but all those others will, and perhaps I suspect some new ones as well. We wish to thank them for their support to our local shelters as well. All right. I wish I had a better outlook for you. It does have some wonderful spots. Temperature's still pushing 60 degrees, but it's just that we have to bear through another tough weekend to get there. We started off this morning 13 cold degrees, hit 34 almost, and we are right now just under 30 degrees if you're catching the end of the early show. 22 is where we roundabout should bottom out tonight with partly cloudy skies and a calm wind. Nothing dramatic. That's coming, and it starts tomorrow. For your Friday, 35 for daytime highs around about. Snow, maybe mixed with a little rain, maybe some rain, some flurries. All this starting reasonably early tomorrow. Calm winds becoming southwest. They'll start to pick up dramatically. New estimates saying we could see gusts upwards of 20 miles per hour tomorrow. And snow accumulation, right now, there's a chance we could see some. We're going to be right on that bubble as far as daytime snow, rain, or mix, but 1 to 2 inches of snow is possible for your Friday. No new accumulation tomorrow night, but mostly cloudy and a low of 13 will certainly make roads dicey as they will be covered with something tomorrow evening. So 35 for the high, 13 for the low. Look for some snow, some rain, some mix tomorrow throughout much of the day, and winds will be blustery, so wind chills, well, you know, when it's 35, you'll not notice them too much. Yeah, you will. You'll notice them. Just not as bad as though it's going to be tomorrow night if we're still seeing the wind kick about in the low teens. All that blows in with Saturday clearing out quite nicely and quickly, but 22 and winds still up to 15 miles per hour. That's going to be a wind chill factor day. Nighttime lows, 5 degrees. Saturday night, mostly clear. The ice and snow is still going to be around, sad to say. Sunday, mostly cloudy and 30. And then we start an upward trend that I'm perhaps giddy about. 46 for your Monday, partly sunny. That will help go a long way towards the thaw. 26 that night under mostly clear skies. And then we have 50s and rain for days. Some folks might see 60. Some parts of Kentucky could be in on 60 degrees midweek. Tuesday, 56 and 40, mostly sunny, a 40% chance of showers. Wednesday, you're looking at it, 56, cloudy, 50% chance of rain, but still 56 degrees, thank goodness. And Thursday, again, nighttime lows better than daytime highs, pretty much, or at least on par with some of them. 50 and 36, still cloudy, still a 30% chance of some lingering showers. And keep in mind, models are still saying that there's still some more winter left as far as at least temperatures are concerned in the month of February. I'm hopeful the 50s will roll on. Just not likely. And that will do it for this evening. I wish I had better weather news for you. Just as much as classes are, I think probably even students are ready to go back to school at this point. Just as much as they are ready to get back to class, I'm ready to get Henry's Hot Dog Company back open, and it's going to take Mother Nature's help to do that. It most certainly will be, I believe, someday next week, but we have to get through the weekend to see how that's going to pan out. For now, I'll wrap up this week of programming when I see you back here tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.